Head to our website or mobile application and click on I-24 News Radio to subscribe.
Esta semana en News 24, Hamas lanza el ataque más grande contra Jerusalén y Tel Aviv. Analizamos los motivos y las consecuencias de la actual escalada. Javo Rocha, actor, profesor y director de teatro, eligió a Tel Aviv como su nuevo hogar y comenzará a dar clases de actuación en el Instituto Cervantes. Jorge Diener, director ejecutivo de Adasa Internacional, estuvo en Argentina con una delegación de Israel para colaborar en la lucha contra el coronavirus. News 24, el magazine semanal en español de I-24 News.
Organism that pulsates through millennia. Touch it, listen to it, smell it, taste it. Experience the Holy Land like never before. Holy Land Uncovered, every Sunday, only on I-24 News.
News coverage continues. I'm Vanessa Levine in Tel Aviv. And with Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad sending more than 3,500 rockets into Israel from the Gaza Strip in the past 9 days, the latest rocket barrage from the Strip today killing 2 foreign workers from Thailand inside Israeli communities and injuring 7. And take a look at this footage earlier on Tuesday, a rocket hitting a building in the southern city of Ashdod. Israel is continuing with intense strikes on terror targets. It's also eliminated several high-profile commanders. There are growing international calls for a ceasefire to be implemented, including a plea from U.S. President Joe Biden. But the Israeli Defense Force says its precision campaign will continue. Sirens sounding in Israel's southern communities throughout the afternoon on Tuesday. About 100 rockets were launched from Gaza overnight. Many analysts predicting the Palestinian rocket fire and Israeli airstrikes could continue for another few days. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying a short while ago, quote, "The day after will be a different equation." Now, earlier he toured the south and reiterated that Israel will continue to defend its citizens.
I was briefed on our many attacks against Hamas and Islamic Jihad. They were hit in ways they did not expect. I have no doubt we put them back by many years. I conduct situational assessments and we make decisions. We will continue to operate as necessary in order to restore peace to all Israeli citizens. I'm sure that all of our enemies can see the price that is paid for aggression against us, and I'm sure they'll also learn the lesson.
So for more insight, we now welcome to studio Colonel in the Reserves Ruvain Ben Shalom, an associate at the International Institute for Counter-Terrorism. Ruvain, thank you so much for being here in studio today. We just heard Benjamin Netanyahu's assessment of the situation. I'd like your thoughts on the fact that it's 9 days in, and just moments ago we were reporting on sirens sounding still in southern communities on the operation by the Israeli Defense Force continuing, and the fact that tensions in southern communities on the operation by in different stages of Israeli reporting to us about your thoughts on on what is the situation on the ground. Different stages to go through. Talk to us about your thoughts on what is the situation on the ground. Different stages to go through. Talk to us about your thoughts on what is the situation on the ground. Different stages to go through. Talk to us about your thoughts on what is the situation on the ground. Different stages to go through. Talk to us about your thoughts on what is the situation on the ground. Different stages to go through. Talk to us about your thoughts on what is the situation on the ground. Different stages to go with the latest development on the Israel-Gaza border. This hotline to our Sarah Coast. And Sarah, we know rocket sirens sounding. We say, are we there? What's the latest Gaza border? This hotline to our Sarah Coast. And Sarah, we know rocket sirens sounding. We say, are we there? What's the latest Gaza border? This hotline to our Sarah Coast. And Sarah, we know rocket sirens sounding. We say, are we there? What's the latest Gaza border? This hotline to our Sarah Coast. And Sarah, we know rocket sirens sounding. It is still continuing. That there are very precise hits taking place. We know apartments from certain top commanders were hit just in the last hour or so. Talk to us about the work in the build-up to what we are seeing at the moment.
I remember that many years ago we would not discuss intelligence. The whole idea of the ability of the Israeli intelligence to penetrate the enemy structures was something we didn't discuss. It's like we didn't want them to understand how much they are penetrated, as if they find out, they can expose it. Things have changed. I can talk about it because my prime minister talks about it. And we see on the ground that something like this happens only after working for years and years, building what the IDF calls the target bank, that has thousands of targets. And remember, the IDF doesn't go around toppling buildings for nothing. Each and every bomb has a target, has an address that is a military target that also, of course, has to be legal according to international military law. So building these cases file by file is a very difficult process, especially when it comes to real-time intelligence, because it's not only knowing where the home of an operative is, but also knowing what operative has a bunker in his basement. I think we've seen recently these apartment buildings being toppled, or residential homes. We don't just go taking down residential homes. We do it if it's a military target. So also that, knowing everything and knowing in real time, is he home? We want everyone to leave. Remember, we'll wait a long time till everyone leaves because we don't want to kill his family, his children. That's also an important part of this operation. So I would say even the heroes of this operation, from my perspective, from a professional perspective, is the intelligence, the ability of the intelligence, and the capabilities Israel has today with all, of course, the package with cyber operations and all the aspects of intelligence. Quite remarkable, really incredible as far as what it enables the trigger pullers to do. When you drop a bomb, ultimately that's the end of a really difficult process.
I want to unpack a little bit further the issue of the ethics and morals around what we are seeing. But right now, we're going to go live to Ashkelon in southern Israel, and we're joined by our defense correspondent, Daniel Tzemach. And Daniel, we know, of course, sirens have been sounding throughout the afternoon in certain southern communities. What's happening where you are at the moment?
Right, so it's relatively quiet here in Ashkelon and also nearby Ashdod, but in recent years, in this latest round, there have been several different cities that have been struck as a result of projectile fire. But again, we're seeing that activity in Sderot, in the nearby communities adjacent to the Israel-Gaza border, and we have seen the continuation of the Israeli Air Force's activity, even over our heads specifically, Benita. We saw them heading towards the Gaza Strip, and it appears as though we also saw them heading back. And in between that time, we also saw the Israeli army announcing a new round of strikes targeting those apartment buildings, or really apartments, individual apartments of Hamas commanders, where those apartments were also used for operational activities for Hamas's military wing. So the IDF is still continuing with its activities, and Hamas and the militant factions within the Gaza Strip certainly are still launching rockets towards Israel.
And you are looking at live images on your screen out of Gaza City right now. Thank you so much, defense correspondent Daniel Tzemach, updating us live from Ashkelon in southern Israel. More to come from Daniel in the coming hours. Right now, a very short break. Our breaking news coverage continues in just 2 minutes. Stay tuned. This is I-24 News, Breaking News Edition.
Discover I-24 News Radio. Now you can listen to I-24 News anywhere, anytime, for free. I-24 News Radio is the audio live stream of the television network, with world headlines every 30 minutes, starting from 7 a.m. Tune in for top news, magazines editions, while in the car, in your office. Join us from your smartphone, tablet, or desktop to stay connected in the Middle East and around the world. Don't wait any longer. Head to our website or mobile application and click on I-24 News Radio to subscribe. Now, Hamas has fired more than 3,000 rockets at Israel over the past week, and the Iron Dome interceptor has knocked 90% of rockets aimed at cities out of the sky. So how does this marvel of engineering actually work? Our science and technology correspondent, Ariel